From the great state of Texas, you are now listening to Skip the Noise podcast, a Rounded Edge media production. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, of course, I'm referring to Rick, a.k.a. the Brown Python, Ben, a.k.a. Mexican Nostradamus, and yours truly, Benji, the Iodine Oligarch, here for another fantastic episode. Shout out to Mike Tacklebox for the music. And we've got a special guest on the program, part of the STN family. This is his third appearance. Skip the Noise listeners, you will know him well, Mr. Jeremy Masters. Jeremy, welcome back, sir. This is exciting.
Fellas. Good to be here for episode 100. That's a big deal.
Right.
Absolutely. So that being said, this is indeed a bit of a celebration. 100 episodes. The show's been around since June of 2020. I'm very proud. Yeah, this is a very proud moment to reach episode 100. That was one of the initial milestones I had in my head of like, man, whatever happens with this thing, that'd be dope to see 3 digits. So fuck, guys, we did it. Badass. So anyway, enough of the fucking jerking each other off. Let's get to business.
Wait, hold on. There's never enough of a jerking each other off.
Well, we got plenty of shows.
There's never enough, you know.
There's plenty of that to go around, I'm sure.
Work it slow.
But let's
slow.
Let's not run this out too long. Let's get into the what happened this past week. Right on the heels of a big performance where there was an attack on stage, the Will Smith Chris Rock incident. Man, like right after that, Dave Chapelle performing stand-up comedy, and out of nowhere, a young gentleman rushes the stage, and in a real piss poor effort, I'll be honest, if I'm the football coach in me, boy, you better get your shit together. That he ain't gonna tackle any fucking body on any football field.
He got no hustle.
He got no hustle. He got his ass kicked so bad, dude, and probably took one of the biggest L's I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, because not only that, we find out he's an absolute trash. Fucking trap rapper. He's so bad.
Garbage rapper.
His fucking arm. Like the picture of his arm in the stretcher, like the way it was all bent backwards and shit. He took an L for the ages, dude. I mean, he got fucked up, bro.
Nothing positive.
No, he looked like he got beat up by Debo, bro. It was bad, man. It was not a good look for him. And I have to concur with the tackling technique. It was missing there, right? There was no center of gravity. He didn't get low. He didn't change levels. If this was a takedown,
bro, he didn't commit.
That up, bro. He did
like
not
you
commit.
You committed to getting on stage and attacking the biggest comedian in stand-up industry, but you can't commit to fucking proper form and taking
like he was trying to tackle his, like the way he tackled him, he like went like face first into his cock. Like that is not a good way to tackle anybody. Like his face was like this, just like and then he just got manhandled by Mr. Chapelle. So yeah,
and about 60
dude, and all of his homies. It was a group stomp on. That shit was fucking amazing. But
was that shit true that Busta Rhymes handed him put some hands on him, or was that?
I bet he did.
I think everybody did, dude. Everybody did. Rogan had one of his homeboys on. Rogan had one of his homeboys that was there, and he just kind of was trying to like sidestep it, but they had a party on his ass. Like as soon as they brought him to the backstage, they fucked him up and down. So like, yeah, dude, he didn't get away with that. He got the pain points for that one.
Did you hear the audio? You got Dave Chapelle. I think he took the microphone or something with him. He was like, stomp on him, go.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. You hear the audio in the background. You'll hear the Chapelle stomp him.
That's amazing.
That's so awesome. I can hear Dave Chapelle going, stop him, get his ass, fuck him up.
Well,
what's character, right?
Yeah, right. Get his ass,
right.
Get his ass.
That's
up.
right.
Fuck him up.
Do you think that like the severity of the ass beating that he got delivered, do you think a lot of that have to do with some pent up? I have to think it does.
Yeah.
Some pent up frustration from the Will Smith thing.
Dude, that's pent up COVID frustration.
Yeah,
everything.
No, this is a Will Smith frustration, man. They want to do that to Will Smith, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, Chris Rock's brother wants his ass. Chris Rock's brother, Chris Rock's brother is a comedian. He's actually pretty fucking hilarious. He was trying to get into a fist fight with Will Smith. Yeah, dude. Will Smith's gonna get his
boxing.
Oh, bro, Will Smith's gonna get his. I guarantee you someone did. Oh, did you see what Chris Rock did, right? Because Chris Rock was there. It's
really?
Dave Chappelle's
at the Chappelle attack.
Yeah, at the Chappelle attack. So as soon as Chappelle was done with his set, because what a professional, he joins his homies and stomps the shit out of the guy, then comes back and finishes his set. Well, he's being changed out with another person from the stage because the whole reason was because Black Star got back together. So Talib Kweli, yeah, they got right back together. So that was part of the show. So they just had some performers come on. So Chris Rock comes out and goes, "Was that Will Smith?"
Oh, damn.
Dude,
that's funny.
Everyone high capped on that shit.
So that was at a Black Star performance?
Yes. So Black Star,
dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's whoever went to that shit.
Right?
Oh,
Black Star, if
your
y'all don't
money's
know,
worth.
Black Star is fucking that those guys are like some of the most I really fucking like these guys. I mean, I've always enjoyed everything they do. I mean, they've been broken up for like 17 years, but for a minute. Most of them.
Can you imagine, dude? This guy is homeless. The attacker, he turns out to be homeless or whatever. He actually took his money, spent money on a ticket, probably front row.
It was.
So that shit's expensive. Only to get his ass stomped. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish, man. I really don't.
I don't think he was working with a whole lot of brain power, to be honest.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean,
based on his musical prowess,
did he think he was gonna get this Will Smith treatment? I mean, the standing ovation, the award.
Probably, he probably did, because the big thing they were trying to say is that he was like a trans rights guy.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, they're trying to say he was because Chapelle with the Netflix special got fucking bagged over trans rights. That's what a lot of people were saying. He's because apparently, Rogan was saying it, and a couple other people were saying that he was like trans rights, and so that's why
they jumped to conclusions, man, because that dude has a song all about how MAGA ninja. Yeah,
oh
and
boy,
he had a song called Dave Chapelle too that he put out in 2020 or something.
Really?
As old as this show, he has a song called Dave Chapelle talking about walking up in the Hollywood Bowl or some shit.
Oh yeah, fuck.
YouTube it. What does he go by? I forgot.
Oh, so I'm glad you asked, Benjamin. This genius goes by, I believe, No Name Trapper.
Oh,
I believe it's his name.
I gotta pull No Name Trapper.
No Name Trapper.
You know what?
I put it. Yeah.
All right, so check this out, guys. He's a shitty trapper, and I got a story about this.
That was awesome.
That's official.
Awesome. Oh, hey,
yeah, no. So
I have his official name too, guys. For those of y'all who are interested.
His government or what?
Yeah, his government official release name.
Oh shit!
The name on his ID. It's Isaiah Arias Lee.
Is that what his mom calls him?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. No name now remember, guys, it's No Name _Trapper. That's his name. No Name _.
Sorry.
There was when I first started the pharmacy, there was a trap music
house
studio right behind us.
Music studio.
That's
a trap music studio. A trap house. That's what you call it.
So you wait. Did you work? Was the trap house the pharmacy, or were you in the pharmacy?
No,
I was about to say, what are we talking about here?
Whoa.
No, there was a trap house behind the pharmacy.
You don't have all the
building
shit
behind the pharmacy.
You're gonna catch a case talking about some shit.
Rick, I think
gotta make sure
had
there's
the
10
trap
years
house.
between you and the trap house, bro.
No, dude. So occasionally we'd have these young guys show up to the pharmacy and knock on our door and be like, "Hey, man, is this the rap studio?" I'm like, "No, dude. This isn't the rap studio, man. This is a pharmacy. You want to get a job here? I mean, don't waste your life doing that shit, brother.
You didn't. You didn't offer.
Get a real job.
Did you recruit?
This ain't a rap studio. Why'd I see all them brown bottles with the purple liquid in it? Explain that.
No, I'm not gonna say they weren't customers. Okay, don't worry about it.
Rick, we all know exactly what happened when they came up to your door.
They
you
weren't
locked the door,
not
and that was it.
Yeah, I think there's a very, very dotted and faded line between this trap rap studio
Actually,
and pharmacy. I feel like
the owner,
they had a conjoining door.
I feel like you're running both at the same time.
You're
That's
the
what
owner,
you call
Rick.
a cyclical. That's what you call a closed loop business model right there.
no, man, they were cool dudes,
Sure.
man. They gave me like free music and shit. It was awesome.
Allegedly. Let's just all say allegedly. So Rick doesn't catch a case up in this motherfucker.
Pleads like
Rick-
split personality insanity to the cops.
Rick's other endeavors include a strip center that has a like a tanning salon next to the skin
Nice.
cancer clinic.
Nice.
And
Right,
all the
you
girls-
just-
That's
Hey, the
fucking
girls that
awesome,
work
man.
there
it
stay
says
there?
it's
Oh
like
my God.
co-joining rooms in a hotel.
Oh.
They just go
Tanning
you
salon
sliding
or
door?
after sliding door, like rotating. You go tan, and then you immediately go get your fucking whole body checked by some fucking cancer dermatologist.
Fuck, dude. Oh my God, Rick was running the Carter.
I know, God, that's so
Fucking
genius, man.
New Jack
Fuck.
City, dude. Man, Rick, we always
Dude,
knew you. We always knew.
Yeah,
you.
man. I got a trap house right behind the pharmacy, and I supply with like purple drink all the time.
Like,
And you got a
people
massage parlor right next to the trap house.
dude. The only problem Rick has is scooping up the bodies of everybody who's like dehydrated and starved to death because they don't realize they're in this perpetual feedback loop where they
Right.
never eat. All they do is just like go
Oh.
back and forth.
Oh, you
from
know he
their-
sells
all their
chicken
fucking
nuggets too,
needs.
bro. He sells chicken
Oh,
nuggets to keep
that's
them
all.
going, bro.
Dude, it's over. And then he
Oh
charges.
no,
he has
dude!
pay-
I got
pay
a
toilets.
crew of tamales walking around selling them shit.
Food to my list. Like, give us I need the energy to go back to the
20
to the
bucks,
massage
man.
parlor.
He requires your email and your fucking last four of your social to use his little restrooms he has in this shit.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And then he markets you as pharmaceutical.
Oh my God. Is he also he's stealing also your personal data as you're in there?
The shit he's selling it to
He's like
fucking-
Facebook.
Meta.
He's like
Dude.
selling you like ads and shit.
Man, y'all stop putting my business out there, man. Shit.
Hey, on some serious though, I don't know anything about it, but how far was the nearest Timmy Chan's from where this was operating?
Oh, you're serious, dude?
I'm
That was like
asking,
no. You have a that's a great question because
That's
it was actually
wings
less than a
and
mile.
rice.
It was on
Okay,
610.
okay, right on. I was getting the
Yeah,
feeling-
past Fannin.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
isn't
You
it
know what that is,
amazing how
right?
you can that's such a Houston thing where you can just based on the environment Rick portrayed in his little picture there, you almost know the distance of the
I knew
nearest Timmy
nothing
Chan's,
else.
dude.
I knew
That's
nothing other than what
you
he was
heard it.
describing.
You heard
Said
it here.
Timmy Chan
Bro,
was
you-
nearby.
Timmy
heard
You're
Chan.
right, man. You're absolutely right. There was a Timmy Chance nearby.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
You heard this
Jeremy,
develop live.
Jeremy, that was like some monumental shit there, brother.
That's
I mean,
psycho.
anytime, no,
Excellent
when
intuition.
you fucking throw out some fucking Timmy Chan references and you're like, hold up, how close was it? Mile
Yeah.
and a half?
No,
I'm
wow.
pretty fucking sure I know that's the truth. Wait, here goes. Wait. Trap house, massage parlor, questionable pharmacy. Timmy Chan's is about
That's
half
right.
a mile to 3/4 out.
That's right.
That's right.
What did he
Holy
what did
shit,
he
man. You called it. You called it,
Right?
man.
how did he
You
how
can
did
probably
he
smell
refer
that
to the
shit from your
pills?
door. Couldn't you, Rick? You just walk outside and smell Timmy Chance. You just,
Yeah, my employees love Timmy Chance.
I bet they did. Which one? Did the massage
Shit.
parlor girls or the trap house guys?
All of them.
Everybody together in one big
Everybody
old
together.
happy
Christmas
happy
party was
soup.
Timmy
Did
Chance,
you,
man.
did you at least offer dental or no?
No, man, that's just expensive.
Bunch of rotted ass teeth.
I don't make any money off dental.
Oh boy.
Bro,
Oh
are you
boy.
not even like 8 minutes into episode 100? It's just like way off the rails.
We've already lost this shit.
That's
So
the-
anyway, so
I
let's
think
bring
that was the
okay.
goal.
We got to bring this shit back. So the reason why we're talking about this fucking numbnut trap rapper that's a former Rick employee is because the California DA has decided not to fucking press charges against this guy. But
Boo.
I do have to say one thing. At least the DA was semi-fair because one of my favorite champions of all time, one of
Everybody's
the
favorite.
greatest fucking people in the world, Mike Tyson, punched some jerk off in an airplane that literally harassed him for like 45 minutes. And
Yeah.
the California DA is not pressing charges against him for that. So at least there's a little bit of equality in this, because the lawlessness is in California. At least I'm saying at least there's an equal balance with that. But
Mike would ease on that guy, man.
Boy,
Mike Tyson
really,
we're stretching.
We're really getting to the silver lining, like with a fucking ladder, with a ladder and shit. Go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say the guy only got a red mark in his face when Tyson punched him. He went easy on him. He could have knocked him out in one punch. Could have knocked out his face.
Could you imagine? Did you see the guy? He was like a fucking 30-something, man, like frat guy. Definitely had an alcohol problem. Just starts like ribbing on Tyson. And at first Tyson's like, oh yeah, we cool. Okay, cool, man. It's great. I'm just on the airplane, just trying to relax over here, brother. And like the dude kept fucking with him. He's like, oh wait, man, it's not cool. It's not cool. You need to get some space from me. And then all of a sudden the dude kept fucking with him. He's like, all right, okay, I'm gonna have to fuck you up now. And he just hit him once. And it, like Rick said, he just barely gave him a little smack. And Homeboy's like, did you see what happened after he smacked him? Homeboy looked like he was gonna cry. Like yeah. Like he found out like Mike Tyson was his dad and didn't love him. Like the dude was like, he was just like, well, what'd you expect?
No, what did he think was gonna happen?
Yeah.
Really?
Why did you annoy Mike Tyson? Like if I saw Mike Tyson,
he's too young.
Oh no,
I think that's what it is.
What, though?
He's too young. He only knows the
bro.
He looked older.
I was thinking,
was he? Okay.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
To be smacked by Mike Tyson, man, that I don't know, that could be like a badge of honor almost,
Oh man, that's a badge
to say, look, my face got smacked by Mike Tyson. How people can say that? Only people who are in the ring with him.
Givens.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think the list is a little bit expands wider than that, right?
I would like
a
to
few
have my
people
face
actually
smacked by Mike Tyson.
I mean, a couple of tigers. I mean, fuck, bro. He fucked some motherfuckers up back.
I'd like to say I took him from the champ, Man, look what the champ gave me right here, dude. Look at that.
Bro, this is starting to sound a little
a
little erotic. But nonetheless, Mike Tyson smack some fucking random, just some jerk off. So at least the California DA, wow, what I think was horrible, like a horrible choice by the California DA, because the guy rushed Chapelle. Did y'all see what he had on him?
Like a homemade bayonet or some shit?
Yeah, it was a gun that actually had a blade in it. It was like a fake gun that was a knife. It's like, that's the dumbest concept I've ever heard in my life. Like, oh yeah, I got it, like it, but it's really a knife. Yeah. Who the fuck does that?
You know where you get that?
Dude, that's a bad call.
You get that at the gas stations in the hood.
Really?
They have like a little glass case with all the drug paraphernalia. Yeah, that's where you get that shit.
By the Timmy Chan. Yeah,
by the Timmy Chan. Exactly.
You know what, Rick? You got this fucking area clocked, bro. Are you selling these too? God damn it.
I sold it to him before he left.
Rick is maximizing the profit on all hood. Next thing you know, Rick's selling those T-shirts with like the Warner Brothers characters on them and shit.
Hell yeah, man!
Hey, you know what I like an Astral World with the different hoods on them. Southwest, like it's got all the streets.
I got Jeremy, dude. I got fucking Jeremy. Like Jeremy's listening to shit down the bottom of this Looney Tunes t-shirt.
We stayed in Acres Homes for like 8 years, bro. So you're hitting it dead center right
now. Oh shit. Okay. All right. I don't know where the fuck to go.
You know what though? You know what the most surprising thing about aside from that, but about that story is? What is that? That you know what? No, this is what I actually was gonna say. I just turned myself right in the corner.
Astral
Here's
Plane,
what I was gonna say. Why don't get no, really? I jumped in and out and I'm back.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, no, really. Like the foot went over the toes. I got a little dip and I'm back. I get a Juicy Smollett vibe from this attacker. Do you not? Oh, like they're in the same. They run with the same circle. That's what I feel.
Like the Swedish kickboxers and shit.
Yeah.
Too?
Yes, dude. Like I feel like they're all. I feel like they're runs in the same circle. Do you feel me?
That's why he attacked him with a gayonet.
Yo, get out. Jeremy's done. He retired.
Mic drop. He's done.
Mic drop and retirement.
Mic drop.
Confetti and shit.
Mic drop.
Dude, that is a gay Annette. No, and that's what made me think of that. I was like, bro, that exactly seems like something Juicy Smollett would be something Juicy Smollett.
Dude, good fucking call. Right? This is that Chicago crew. I pulled that Chicago crew.
It is.
Dude. I bet you find out later
influencing LA. Yeah.
Oh, bro. What a fucking nonetheless, what a fucking crazy shit. But I don't think anything, and if we're gonna stick with the Jesse Smollett vibe, we should probably talk about Madison Cawthorn and his Jesse Smollett vibe that he's been kind of letting out there in the Ethernet lately, because he's making some interesting videos. Right.
Well, and here's the thing to set up, though. If you don't know, this guy's had a lot of controversy lately. The Republican congressman from North Carolina, right?
I don't know.
I think it's North Carolina.
Hold on, let me double check. I will shall look.
But so anyway, but what's interesting is he preached obviously to speak to his, his support base. He talks a lot of shit about anti-gay. A lot. He puts out a lot of anti-gay attitudes, man. That really is aggressive,
like horrible, like real aggressive,
like really aggressive. So hey, do what you want to do, man. Have funny jokes and everything's cool. But But if you're gonna do that, don't be like that. Don't be a very aggressive anti-gay, champion when like you're doing a little funny thing. So I guess this video surfaced, and mind you, now his big defense is that the libs, the libtards are trying to frame me. It's like, well, you're giving him plenty of shit to deal with.
All right,
so he did a video right with his cousin, and he's naked, and it's
his cousin, bro,
super gay. It's
super naked.
It's pretty rough,
like super naked. Like I have cousins, right? I'm Mexican. I got a lot of them. I've never laid in a bed naked with one of them and humped them. Like ever,
weird, man.
Because that would be bad.
What the fuck, man?
Dude,
Hey Ben.
That's bad.
Hey Ben,
good. Huh?
Hey Ben, check this out, dude. We've known each other for a really long time.
Never.
We've hung out forever.
We're fucking we're brothers.
We're weird. We're weird as shit.
Fucking
too.
strange.
On top of that, we're really weird.
Yeah.
Not at once.
No.
Not at once.
Not at one time have we ever decided to like lay next to each other as a joke and like video us like jerking each other off. Or like we're humping.
Not at once.
And if let's say we crossed that line, we would not be naked doing it. Right?
No. Nor would I be
well, I'm glad you guys have rules about this.
Nor would I be a representative.
It's boundaries, bro. Boundaries.
We gotta have boundaries.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good up until that.
if we hump each other, we're gonna have clothes on, okay?
Right. You can't.
If we're gonna dry fuck, we're keeping the clothes
safe.
On, okay?
Right. We gotta have safe words.
Come on, definitely. Safe word's bananas.
Okay.
No, that's not a good safe word.
It's not one a different. No. Yeah.
Big bananas.
How about tummy sticks?
Maybe not.
Belly button cushion, huh?
Either way. So anyway, but nonetheless, even if that did happen, allegedly in another universe, I wouldn't go on record and like putting down gays.
Well, you know what he's doing. You know what this is.
You know what I mean?
Like I know what he's doing. He's jerking off his cousin.
Move.
Huh? No. But you know why this is coming out right now? Because he went on a podcast and he talked about how there's orgies in Congress and a lot of cocaine use, and how he was invited to some orgies from congressmen and stuff. And so he pissed off everybody, like both sides of the aisle in Congress.
Right.
Both of them. So ever since that interview, ever since he exposed that, this stuff has been coming out about him.
Yeah.
He pissed off a lot of people, man. And the wrong people too.
Hey, check this out too. Actually, I want to bring you into this mix, Jeremy, because this kind of ties to something else a little bit. So they got pictures of him like wearing a dress or something, like or a tutu, and he's with some chicks. Here's what I wonder. And Jeremy, the reason I bring this up to you is because you had a lyric in a song mentioning this.
Why are you
and
flipping us on poor Jeremy, bro?
Yeah, I was
no.
So far,
I know. Everybody. I like to keep everybody on their heels when they're like, "Where's he going with this?" No, so anybody could bring up shit about anybody. Remember, like George Bush, right? Apparently, like Larry Flint at one point had all these fucking weird pictures of him and these records, or all kinds of shit. Like he paid for abortions and
yeah.
But remember too, there was some shit about George W. and secret societies.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
dude. Like what? Like
I
not
went
to go
all
on
in
to
too back then. Didn't I? I went all the way. I went all the way in on it. Yeah, it was something about Skull and Bones having an initiation that involved like a coffin.
Oh no! Yes.
Lying down nude in it, and like
they get pissed on.
Like they tie a black ribbon on your junk, and then they like you recount all these like embarrassing exploits in front of all these dudes, you know. And I did, yeah. I had a lyric about that shit, right? Like
hell yeah, ribbon around your member or some shit.
Yeah, I want to know. Do you remember? Bush, do you remember when you was naked with a ribbon
around your member? Shit, yeah.
You check that out. Like a victim in a coffin. Yeah. I wasn't very kind to our.
No, that was a
number he was.
Big time. But yeah, was he 40 or 41?
But 40. What? There's 45 was.
So 40.
41.
The 45, 41.
It was Dubs. Yeah, W.
Yeah, 43 and 45, right? Dub.
43.
No, 41 and 43.
Is 41, 40.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Obama was 44.
Yeah.
Obama was 44.
Because Clinton was in between them. That sounds weird. But like,
not really. Not if you're Jeffrey
Epstein. You know what? I'll be quite honest with you. If someone's going to swing both Bush and his father, it'd be Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy was a fucking
I can see that happen,
bro.
So the reason I brought all that up though
wasn't to think about the sandwich between the two Bushes and Clinton.
But check this out. So with this guy with Madison, not Crawford. Yeah. How do you say his
Crawford?
Crawford. Okay, sorry. You know, so all this shit is coming out. How much like you got to wonder, dude. Like just like with the Epstein shit and all these like little secret, and not to go complete secret society conspiracy tinfoil yellow brick road, but you gotta wonder it is, but you gotta wonder how all this shit, I don't know, man. Like you feel like how old, in other words, like, or how far back do they start tracking all this shit? And I don't want to steal the transition here, but similar to like, so I had a thought, right? When we were watching the Mayorkas defend himself on the Ministry of Truth, right? Basically, it's not called that. It's called the Disinformation. What is it? Governance Board.
Governance Board. Dude, that's some fucking 1984 shit, bro.
It is. It's straight out of 1984.
That's some Orwell shit.
It's some Orwellian bullshit. But so anyway, when I was watching, is Rand Paul and who is the other one? Hallie from one of the
yes
right, when they were questioning him on this Mayorkas on like what the fuck this
Senator Hawley,
what are they doing? You know, what are they doing? How are they proposing to fucking help the country with disseminating what's disinformation? They brought up the Jankowicz, and he was like like all these. Anyway, like I said, this is commonplace, but like the thought in my head as he's got like this easel and he's going tweet after tweet after tweet of this chick spouting off like shit that came out to be false. He's just going, and let me ask you this, blah, blah, blah. And he's bum. He's just putting all these tweets out. And I had the thought, like, fuck my life. You can't do shit anymore. Like, because if it comes down to that, right, where they're doing some sort of like information, they're reporting out, they're trying to justify fucking funds going to whatever, you could be caught in a position where all of a sudden everything you've ever done is just like, you nominated fucking Benjamin James to run whatever the watershed floodplain goddamn diagnosis board in this section of Harris County. Why would you ever fucking do that? This guy has a podcast called Skip the Noise, where in episode 43, he said, blah, like, you know what I mean? And then there's like, dude, it's just putting out poster board of poster board.
They would not have
all this fucking bull.
No. They would not.
No.
They would not have to dial in on a number episode at all.
Yeah, they just say Skip the Noise podcast.
I want to live in that fantasy world where I'm on trial, dude, and they're pulling up clips from the show, and I'm just like, dude, that I'm laughing and shit like Johnny Depp. Just like, yeah, dude, that shit, like the iodine on the puckered asshole cheeks, like fuck yeah, like I'm all proud of it and shit.
Man, this guy, he was being hammered by Senator Hawley, man. I mean, it was just tweet after tweet, and then the thing is that he set him up. He was like, "Do you do the hiring for this? For this chick?" He was like, "I'm responsible for all the hiring and this and that." He brings up all these tweets. He's like, "I had no idea. You had no idea?
Like, then what were you doing?
Yeah,
motherfucker." And then he's saying, "Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, right." And then he was saying like, "Well, we have people who hire these." What is it? He just said you were responsible for the hiring. Dude, he could not get out of it.
No, and he said, and he drilled him into the fucking pavement. He's like,
wait, are we still talking about Cawthorn?
No. We're talking about the. I shifted it.
Sorry, Mayorkas and Holly.
I mean, we're always talking about Cawthorn.
Cawthorn's just being drilled into the pavement. I was so ready for that. Well, I was like, holy shit, that video went longer.
That video really.
That video was fucking graphic.
That really got under the surface.
Drilled right into the pavement, man.
Right into the pavement. But,
oh my god!
But what I mean is
like railed by his cousin on the side.
But he goes even further to say, so he goes, we haven't met officially yet, and he's like, okay, but like I want to know the notes or the meeting minutes of you deciding to put her in this position. Like that exists, right? And he's like, no, I don't have, like, I will present, the fucking bullshit recorder answer. And he's like, no, asshole. He's like, what records exist of conversations regarding y'all's decision to put this chick in the fucking position? Oh, try again. And he's like, like he didn't have an answer. Or he was like, well, if it's legally possible to provide that, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, the board hasn't met yet. And like all this shit. And he's like, yeah, motherfucker. But there's some sort of, you obviously had a conversation before you picked this. Like what? And it's true, dude. It's like, if you're going to set this fucking, air quotes, a ministry of truth, basically, that's what it is. That's the big is like. It's literally right out of the book 1984, like the fucking same concept. What it's supposed to do. We haven't even talked about that. So if somebody doesn't know what we're talking about, they're just like, what the fuck? But it's me talking, so they're probably used to it. But he says, basically what this thing is, they're supposed to decide regarding, stuff from foreign enemies or what have you, whether something is disinformation and how to best, what actions to take based on the level of threat, right, to the homeland.
Yeah.
And so, but it's like, okay,
Rand Paul had a good point. Rand Paul drilled him too. He said, weapons of mass destruction, the Russian dossier, these were all disinformation. What's your opinion on that? He couldn't determine whether that was disinformation or not. He couldn't admit to it. And Rand Paul was like, here's my point. We can't even agree what disinformation is. And you're here going to enforce it. What's your justification for that? Because Mayorkas wouldn't commit.
It seems to me inevitably what's going to happen is they will make something like this. That coming from a Biden administration, there will be a Republican state, like a GOP answer to this. There will be a right-wing answer to it. That's just the way things work here at home, right? Yep. And they're gonna like just continue this even more divisive thing that we already have. So I don't know that ultimately it really means much other than a really clear litmus test of the fact that truth is just not important to people anymore. You know what I mean? What's important is marketing campaigns and political
Propaganda.
strategies.
Well, and I mean,
Propaganda.
No shit.
and to throw my hat into the ring of this, the Republicans are already kind of doing this already, right? I mean, you see what these states are doing, like Florida, Texas, when they're doing with like history, like and learning in general. They've already created their own ministry of truth, right? They're already censoring books. They're already trying to take out knowledge from people, from things, anything that speaks about LGBTQ plus 544 by whatever the fucking things are. Anything that speaks about anything that they don't believe in is being removed, right? I mean, there's several states that don't even teach evolution now because of creationism and things of that nature, where that's what I'm telling you. So this ministry of truth, while Biden, I mean, I'll be quite honest with you, this administration is the dumbest administration probably since Jackson. Just the name of the Ministry of Truth, this Disinformation Board, it's just dumb. Everything they've done is about as dumb as it can be. The Republicans have already done this in all their states. They're taking away all the information regarding history. They want to whitewash history. I'm not even talking about CRT. Like, that's a whole different subject, but they don't even want to talk about aspects of slavery, aspects of cultures that were here in the United States before them. They just want to kind of say, well, we came here and all the Indians just decided it was cool. They don't want to talk about
it was cool.
They don't want to
even
that.
Yeah,
they give us
the
the buffalo to kill. It was nice.
Yeah,
because I remember in 7th grade, like we had to take Texas history, right, as a main subject. Like it was a required course. And I remember hearing a few years later that there was, some Hispanic students, Mexican students who were getting upset about learning about the Alamo, and I can understand it. The way they taught it, I can understand that. Now, to me, the solution to an issue like that is to teach the real thing, which is what a dick Santa Anna was, you know what I mean? And how many Mexican-born people fought on this side for the Republic, and how that the vice president of the Republic of Texas was a Mexican-born person. That's how you fight people feel like they're being called the losers. Yeah, the right history, right?
Pure
Both
history
sides and critical thinking. But no, the solution at that time was, well, let's just stop teaching. Let's stop requiring Texas history.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
It's not even a left and right thing. Again, it's just a divide and conquer bullshit, And it's
exactly. And we're already dealing with the Ministry of Truth, right? We're dealing with it when it comes to education. So like, while the Democrats are just as dumb as can humanly be, whoever thought that this was a good idea to label some board like this was just dumb. That's just dumb. The Republicans in other states have been doing this for years. And I'm not just saying Republicans, but Democrats too, because then you could, of course, insert the CRT narrative into this and the way that they've dealt with that and making little white kids cry because, they're evil in some instances. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm not, what? Michael, I love Michael Jordan. It's just, shit like that. So I think we've already embarked on this whole journey. So it's not just something new to Biden. But Biden's just dumb enough to give it a name.
No. Ben, that's actually, you hit the fucking nail on the head, because it is going on both sides. And it's like everybody's trying to be the fucking Ministry of Truth in different forms. Yep. That's what it's really all about right now.
Yep.
And so the Biden administration literally created a goddamn office that was supposed to be that. But how, in my mind, if this ends up like becoming a fucking functional thing, can you even imagine like when they first have to it's like, what is that shit where people go check is it Snopes or whatever?
Snopes.
Well, like, okay, does you know what I mean, does Mentos explode when it's in Diet Coke, blah blah blah, boom, like true or whatever. That's the fucking function. Like the Ministry of Truth is like what do you call this shit, like a nickname generator or something on the web.
Right.
Where it's like, the election was stolen, let's run it through the Ministry of Truth. You guys talk about this shit for 6 hours, boom, the gavel drops. No, it's bullshit. Throw it out, dude. Like, that's the fuck with, is that what this is supposed to be? Yeah. What the fuck, bro? Like, at least but that's the whole battle, is like, who's trying to control the truth? Yep. Everybody's fighting for You know what I mean? Whether it's through belief systems or policy changes. And I don't know, man. It's just like, it's a perfect time for the Supreme Court to distract every fucking body and bring up the go-to divisive issue in the United States man, and I'm not trying to downplay. I've said this before on the show. By no means am I downplaying, because it's an issue, right? And honestly, I sympathize, like, people who strongly believe both ways. I get it, man. Yeah. I personally believe in freedom of choice, but I do respect people who really sit on their beliefs that, like, no, you should, whatever I mean, it's a sliding scale, right? There's different angles you could talk about, as far as there's so many different metrics to, like, measure all of this. It's a complicated issue. Therefore, boom, it's the perfect little nugget to throw in that, honestly, it's a distraction. It is not a relevant fucking, what about the fucking inflate? Why are we even, this is what I'm saying. Why are we even investing all of this shit into this fucking topic now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, everybody was fine with the way it was.
Aren't you getting deja vu and feel like you're using the same speech pattern and the same thoughts about Abbott's thing about let's take licenses away for guns?
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel exactly like
it's
that?
just
like,
ridiculous.
Nobody asked for this. Like,
nobody, yeah, it is.
We already are debating things, and now you just jump into, again, some extreme. I was talking to my sister about this the other day. This may be more party in the back style, but I'm starting to really feel like, sorry, this is a little esoteric, guys, but I'm starting to really feel like there's
episode 100, brother, like, fly free.
Yeah, you're right. It's time to pull the green curtain back, but there's it's like there's an entity in the world in these days, a real entity that thrives on division and feeds on trauma and trigger and offense, both real and imagined. Mm-hmm. And it seems like every day we're just having some kind of stimuli to not just divide, but subdivide. You know what I mean? Like I know people who have worked with the LGBTQ, with those all lifestyle communities for years as advocates, who are being ostracized because they're not maybe up on the right lingo, or they're not, they may have disagreed on one issue, or and it just seems to be a really divisive, cannibalistic thing out there these days. And I'm seeing it tear through families. I'm seeing it tear. I felt so it's a little off the subject, but I felt so foolish that I found myself on Facebook having a strong opinion about what went down with the Chris Rock, Will Smith thing in the first place. Like, I had a strong opinion for a little while,
Oh, yeah.
And by the next day, it was like I came out of it and the scales fell out. I was like, why the fuck did I fall for that? I can't believe I fell for that. You know what I mean? Like, it was so obvious of a just little stimuli, like another thing to kind of like, let's watch the piranha react to this bullshit. You know what I mean? And there I did.
That's what it is. It is, dude.
I don't know. That's how it feels to me. Like, there's an entity which is actually thriving on these divisions and these traumas, so-called traumas and triggers,
Oh yeah, 100%. Because abortion really was pretty settled for 50 years, right? The reality is, and the states are starting to whittle it down, but they were going to eventually whittle down to where they were, it was going to be comfortable. But what they're doing with the Roe versus Wade, and the sad thing that scares, I think that should scare us all, is that there's, and we mentioned this last time too, was that there's a lot more in this bill than just abortion. We're also talking about contraception and also the recognition of gay marriage, which, if you read Alito's opinion, he doesn't think that needs to be recognized either. So we're getting, not really. He does. No, you can read his opinion, and I will find the direct statement where he says that it does not, the states should not be forced to recognize these things because it is not of a traditional background. He says those exact words.
He just wants to give it back to the states. Basically.
That's bullshit, though. Two people getting married should not be going back to the states at all. Like, I'm not saying like abortion. There's just some rights that should not be going back. But we're running into this whole thing with abortion, and it's not just abortion. It's a lot of things. And like Jeremy says, this is just another one of those fucking things that is dividing everyone. That everyone. I mean, dude, this is like what? I think we even touched on this last time. There's a couple of topics that can set people off. Abortion is what? One or two. Yeah, one or two. I mean, there's abortion, and then there's like, you know, whether or not you like country music or some shit. But like abortion for real, abortion can fuck a family up. You know, like it can fuck up friendships. It can do like you said. So I don't know. I just think at this point in time. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just going to continue on this momentum. It just recently, like there's an effort, like Jeremy said, I'm kind of bringing Ben's point and the sort of energy Jeremy brought with it about being a fucking legit ass entity. So like, tearing apart families, COVID, dude, like people had different opinions. Like some people were like, no, fuck no, I am staying in my house. I'm not going anywhere. I'm wearing my fucking mask. Do you want to come over for Thanksgiving? You asshole. Why would you dare invite people to your house with the, hey, we got blah, blah, blah. Bro, dude, like shit got a little hairy there for a minute, right? Like with family gatherings and like different opinions and different people. So I honestly, and this is a crazy, hey, episode 100, we're fucking grabbing the balls and jumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You grab
anything else would be the Anthony Kiedis on the beach. That would be a waste of time. Like with the fucking hand gesture.
Would be a waste of time.
But
fucking dope movie.
Greatest moment. Greatest moment in Hollywood history. But that's we'll talk about that on another show. But what? Yes, like there's actual forces like that are benefiting now. Honestly, I think this is part of something that's been going on, and I don't want to shift gears too much. I'll finish the thought with this. There's a real concerted effort, I think, to inflict this upon the United States, and I think it's working. And I don't think that a union of 50 states, as in the trajectory that we're going right now, I don't think that we can sustain this for another 50 years. Like, I don't think that unless something drastically changes, I don't think that the United States will remain a unified front in 50 years.
I feel you. I think the only real way, and I went off on this on our infamous text thread. The only real way to really solve the problems we're at right now is if you look at the ideological divide, it's between urban and rural areas. If you essentially gave, yeah, here it comes. So if you gave
Rick's on his tippy toes.
If you give urban areas, right? So don't start your shit, okay? If you give urban areas their own say in their city. So like, let's say the city of Houston, right, decides to legalize marijuana, decides to legalize abortion, all these things, and let the people in the city of Houston deal with that as a concept versus like the city of like Midland, right? City of Midland, hey, they don't want abortion. They don't, they think the consent age for a female is 12 to get married. It's okay if cousins want to go at it. All these wonderful things. If they want that, let the city of Midland do that, because in my mind, it would be easier for people to move to communities that agree with what they believe than leaving whole states.
And especially if your state is the size of Texas.
Exactly. Which is,
there's more states in the country right now that have legal marijuana options than there are that don't.
Exactly.
Literally, the majority is not ruling the law. Like, this is supposed to be a democracy. I can't, it does. And what about counties? I mean, even if you left it to counties, bro,
exactly.
Harris County is mostly Houston. Like, which way that's going to go. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to just like cross the street. I'm in Fort Bend now, bitch.
I know, exactly. And then I can marry my sister here in Fort Bend. But like,
come on,
actually, hey, let's get real. That's Montgomery County. That's
Montgomery County. I married my sister and my cousin. Fuck it.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be recognized in other areas, right?
Huh?
I mean, if you want to marry your cousin or your sister,
marriage. But see, marriage is a legal thing, right? When you marry somebody, you basically imply that your property and rights are invested and due upon them. So no matter where you go, that should be recognized, right? That's a legal understanding of marriage.
You bring the government to your relationship. I understand. Yes.
The government's always been in your relationship. That's why you pay taxes. That's why you do all the shit we do. They've always been there because that's the name of the game, brother. That's the name of the game. Never been changed. But nonetheless, pluralism is really the answer to keep the United States together, because then all the rural counties can do whatever they want, right? They can have their super conservative beliefs. They can have blue laws again, right? If you don't go to the cowboy church, there's actually a fucking cowboy church out here. Have you seen this shit? They have church in the middle of a fucking rodeo ring, and there's dirt, and oh my fucking God, I fucking hate that stupid.
Why?
Why?
So
fucking stupid.
Why do you hate that? What's wrong with rodeo church?
Why would God want that shit? Nobody wants that shit. Fucking dumbasses.
Cowboys want that
preaching
shit
for the middle of a fucking rodeo ring. They got fucking bulls riding around and shit and fucking lassoing horses. What the fuck is that? Dude. The last time I said Jesus fucking went to the fucking market and flipped tables around. You think he's gonna stand for that bullshit? Anyways.
Well, it depends if the horses come out.
I got a little problem. I got a problem with the cowboy church.
I don't disagree with your sentiment at all, but it doesn't look any more ridiculous than the Muslim churches I was raised in.
I know, but this one really gets me, man. I don't know why.
They had like flags and shit that they would they made homemade with like stuff from Hobby Lobby. You know what I mean? They like get up and wave them like, I know, it's a unicorn and a
Hobby Lobby. But I like Ben's rodeo church. I can see. Dude.
Sorry.
No, this is real, church, man. That's awesome.
Fucking real. It's called the cowboy church.
He's doing donuts. He's doing donuts in a 4-wheeler.
That's what they do.
And with the fucking chalice.
Dude, they really do this, bro. They really do this. I'm not even playing. They're like all like in tight Wranglers, like roping horses, preaching the gospel.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude.
So that's a question. Do they like drink beer?
The communion cup confused with their spit cup.
It is right. Yeah, no shit, right? That's actually the communion is the.
Anyways, back to my pluralism discussion. If we could all live in communities that we could agree with more, right? That would be the thing. And then those communities, to force the states to deal with us directly, we would hold all the property taxes and the state sales tax. So then we truly become a more pluralistic democracy versus trying to make everybody fit, like trying to make a bunch of circles fit in square pegs. Like we're just too different now. I mean, there's a reason why Rome and Greece lasted for 1,000 years. They're a pluralistic democracy. They're city states. Huh? And
I thought they didn't have Twitter or
that's
internet.
Well, dude, they did what? But they did have
Scribes.
They did have tragedies. They did have theater, and they had just as much shit talking that way also. But they lasted a long time because their populaces and their city states attracted. Like Athens was more of a city of like arts and shit. And then you got the Spartans, and then you have other places. Okay, well, whatever, but it made them happy, right? But whenever they had to deal with the Persians, when they had to deal with with foreign threats, they could band together. So I think I just that's my answer to how we save the union, right? We literally go to the base level of the city, and the cities make those decisions.
So you want federalism? I mean, you want like true federalism, where you give power not only to the states, but to the communities and counties. Huh?
That's the only way we're going to survive, because the states do not represent the people anymore, even on that micro level. No, they do not.
You're just pissed off because Texas is a Republican state.
No, but say they would
go to California.
Right? No, but think about what
go
California,
be homeless.
Though. California doesn't represent a majority of people in San Diego.
Right.
Like San Diego's a much more conservative.
Or NoCal.
But they don't represent them. So what happens if San Diego could say, hey, fuck you, California. We're not going to give you our state sales and property taxes because you're not doing the right thing.
Not to mention the people in the mountains of California who are off grid anyway and really don't give two shits about their government.
Exactly.
I met a lot of those folks.
Oh, man, dude. There's some wild shit going on. That was it that they call the Emerald Triangle. Yeah, there's a wild shit
That's
going
where
on up there, man.
That's right.
We got some counties in Oregon who want to go.
That's where all the
to
ganja
Idaho.
comes from. For real.
Yeah, man.
Like for real.
Yeah, I stayed
ganja.
in Mendocino up on a mountain for a little while. Got some stories from up there.
Yeah, you were doing.
Oh my God, we gotta have to do a whole episode.
That would be a
shit.
different thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these will all be alleged stories.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Or depending on when we record.
Oh man. But yeah, so I that's always been my thought, like true federalism, true pluralism, because unfortunately, protecting like the concept of protecting like not necessarily protecting minorities, but protecting different thoughts are providing building blocks to people. It just doesn't work in our system right now. So like, let's say the city of Houston decides, okay, well, we're going to be more socialist. We're going to give people this and that. Okay. Because the city of Houston has lots of residents, charges lots of taxes, can afford it. Now, can Midland do that? No, but that's on Midland, right? They can figure out what to do for themselves.
But you know what though?
And Dallas, which is a shithole. And
that
Fort
wouldn't
Worth,
work.
which is also a shithole, huh?
That wouldn't work because businesses migrate to states that are friendly towards the business climate.
Well, they may migrate to cities that are also more. So that may help Midland. Midland may say it's okay to have slavery, right? Which they probably would. And so like the businesses go that way. So Fort Worth and Dallas would immediately try to make minority workers go for free. So this is immediate.
You know what's funny though? Check this out. So what you're describing though is kind of the model I feel like would actualize in the real world if politicians actually sold themselves on what policies they would implement.
Yeah.
Instead of like a cultural, because you're right, like especially on the state level.
Oh yeah.
We have a governor that's only interested in cultural policy moves.
Well, he's only interested in trying to get in the White House.
Correct. Because right. And that's that's the way he's going about it is making cultural policy moves to create headlines. Literally, that's it. That's all he's that's all he's doing.
Him and DeSantis are just having a pissing contest.
He's a politician, right? Trying to out Trump each other. Because Trump showed a pathway to the White House. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Yep.
They're not actually. So if politicians, as they're named because of policy, they're policymakers. Nice. They're who we nominate, is who we elect to be the policymakers, to speak for the constituency that they serve. If they were actually doing that, I bet you that's what states and fucking municipalities and counties would kind of look like.
Well, think about it. We
should
should be more
like that's 100%. I think that's what it would be.
We should be more engaged in who our mayor is, right? Than anything. Oh. Like the other day when we were talking to say Representative Rosenthal, right? Yeah. They do that. They do that shit for free, right? Yeah. But he and his policies more directly affect us than the person we send to Washington.
Absolutely.
And instead what we've done is we've given, this is as crazy as this sounds. This is such a libertarian Republican idea. It really is.
It is.
Because most of the time a liberal will say, well, we need federal power. But the problem is that federal power has now become so corrupt, has become so one-sided in every aspect, has literally forgotten people that the only thing we can do is go ultra pluralistic and go back to the smallest commune. That's really the only way we can save the union.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to just take it back to the states,
No, fuck the states, because they can't. The states have become tyrannical too. See, that's the problem, is that everyone has become power hungry to a crazy extent now. I mean, I just think that there's no way to save the union, because like Jeremy said, I believe it. 50 years, will we still be the United States of America at the rate we're going? No.
We probably will. It just be like Rome crumbling, It'll be a loose confederation. Yeah.
Well, we're on the verge. We are on the verge of
the fall of Rome.
Yeah, we are, because
I agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, we are on the verge, but the only way we could save it is what Rome did and Greece did. They had interperiods of republics and city states. Then they had dictators, etc. they went through, they ebbed and flowed to that. At some point, we're gonna have to really think about it because this shit is not working.
I mean, think about it. The Supreme Court's crumbling from within at this point.
Exactly. I mean,
It's
like you said,
imploding.
the leak from one of the conservative justices.
John Roberts lost control, man. He's lost control of that court.
And I'm gonna say it again. As much as a liberal as I am, that man is probably the best chief justice you could have asked for.
I don't know. He lost control of the court, man.
That's what I'm telling you. The corruption and the issues in that court are to an extent that I don't think anyone could have controlled it. It's like herding cats. Nobody was going to win this. As soon as those justices got pulled, they were all activist judges who lied repeatedly in their Senate confirmation hearings that they were not going to touch Roe versus Wade. And as soon as they could, they took a case that could knock it out.
Yeah, but you know what's Jeremy, by the way?
I think he's taking maybe a little bit of break.
Oh,
who knows?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so people don't. Okay, so you go to the Senate confirmation. The Senate will confirm them. It's almost like a given. All right, people aren't. Anyone who gets nominated to the Supreme Court isn't afraid of not being nominated or being confirmed. So,
what are you talking about? The dude that's the United States Attorney General, didn't get approved. And he was nominated
because Mitch McConnell wasn't going to bring it up to a vote.
No, because because Republicans were dicks about it.
Yeah. So we got
So no. It doesn't
Brett Kavanaugh
that you're going to get
awesome.
it. No,
we got Amy Coney Barrett, which is great.
Oh, come on now, dude. Come on, the Opus Dei chick. Come on, bro.
Opus Dei for real.
Like every time she walks out of like the courtroom, she's like got she's got like two fucking like weird monks that spank her as she walks across the hall. This
wasn't a topic with the latest Supreme Court nominee. You know, we didn't bring up personal life like that. You know.
Oh, we can bring up
Republicans,
dude. We can bring up a bunch of shit.
That didn't come up.
Okay, you questioned her education level.
Yeah,
this happens quite a bit.
Yeah,
with minorities that are being questioned. Like you don't see people calling out Brett Kavanaugh for his subpar grades.
Does he not call out for
Amy Cohen Barrett got educated in the Catholic Opus Dei Center when she was getting spankings from the brothers. So like no one talked about that with them. But if you get a minority candidate, like, can you read? Is this possible?
Apparently she doesn't know what a woman is.
Well,
all right.
I don't know.
She can't define what a woman is.
Last time I checked, she was Harvard Review, bro. The chick is shit, man.
Harvard's got a problem with their science department.
You say what you want, but dude, that chick can fucking walk circles around any of us. And I'm not saying Brett Kavanaugh can't either. Amy Coney Barrett, I can say can't. But Brett Kavanaugh, while I don't agree with what he says, he was actually a very good Supreme Court law clerk, and he was a decent judge. He didn't not things that I believe, but all of his dissenting arguments were very good. Amy Coney Barrett, on the other hand,
she's an intelligent woman
in Minnesota, bro.
She's an intelligent woman.
She was getting spankings from the brothers.
She took no notes during her confirmation hearing, man, and she walked circles around those guys.
No, it's because she's not allowed to have pencils with her religious Opus Dei faction. She can't write things down.
What I'm gonna pencil in right now, I think we'll take a little break.
Pencil some balls.
And we'll enjoy, because we have the world-renowned Jeremy Masters on the program. We will indeed drop some tunes to get you through the interludes from this handsome gentleman that I feel is kind of like I joked with you, Jeremy, we were texting each other. I said, he's like, the George Martin was the fifth Beatle.
That's
Jeremy's
me
like
STN, for sure.
That's right. Jeremy's like the skip the noise fourth Beatle. Or you know what I mean? You get it. You get what
I recently recognized that I found myself in the studio doing some things strictly for Skip the Noise, and I said, this is kind of the producer equivalent of a Skip the Noise face tattoo, right? About
it is, bro. It is.
That's about what it is. That's the level. It is, and before we get to the break, I will challenge the Skip the Noise listeners to have the same level of commitment as the face tattoo. You will enter a very special club if you actually get the face tattoo. I wouldn't really recommend that because I want you to do but a virtual or a spiritual STN face tattoo.
No, fuck that. Get it like
I
red.
think we could get a real
on
one.
your cheek, bro, with two teardrops.
I would respect that to the utmost degree.
And
so anyway,
with Opus Dei.
We could
keep
do
it
that
up,
too.
Nostradamus. All I hear is ammunition.
I know. I can't wait.
Right. I know.
I can't
right?
wait till
now
the
he's
next
like a
remix.
clip.
It's gonna be fucking nuts, man.
Well, we're gonna tease that little remix. So when we get to the other side here, you can indulge your ears in this fucking masterpiece of audio creativity. So until then, enjoy the tunes from one Jeremy Masters, and we'll see you in just a second. And we're back, party in the back underway, and fuck, we have a special treat. Rick and Ben provide like the meat, like the protein of the show, and I obviously, they've called me the ringmaster, the puppet master, the you guys are the protein, I'm the presentation, I'm the plating, I'm the expert level, I'm Salt Bay with that weird, he's got the little salt, I'm adding the shit to it. Being a former musician, Jeremy Masters is of a similar mind, so I think he views the show in a similar way. So what I'm getting at is, occasionally, I delve into the Astral Plane. Correct? We've established that, right?
Oh, you are over there earlier this evening, real quick.
I did.
I dipped that shit. You ducking that shit mid sentence sometimes.
I did. I really do. Mid sentence, I dipped. I dipped a toe in, came back, and came in. But so when I do that, right, I discover certain things. The world as you guys know it's a certain way, right? But there's dimensions, right? And there's other factors involved. So when you get on the other side, you find some strange things. What I discovered, right? And I know Jeremy too, Jeremy from time to time will dip back and forth. We've had some separate conversations outside of the show on things like this. So basically what happened was that while I was on that other side, I discovered that there existed a whole nother version of Skip the Noise.
What?
Man,
dude. And much like I, gave Jeremy the credit with the George Martin tag, right? The fifth Beatle type of a presence, right? Amongst the Skip the Noise universe. In this universe, he was the he took on my role. Okay. And so what I discovered was from, I downloaded it when I was on the other side. So I've got a clip, and I was able to transpose that, and I was able to bring it back to our reality. So I think I'll just, without further ado, let me go ahead and play that for you guys. Yeah, awesome. This is groundbreaking.
I'm excited to hear what I sound like on the other side of the Astral
for sure. I sat on this for a little bit. I was waiting for episode 100. So without further ado, let's hear what I picked up.
Coming to you live from the real space city, somewhere along the Astral Plane, we bring you a rare glimpse into a heated debate already in progress. Skip the noise in the Upside Down.
Bro, what about?
No. Hear me out. Check it out. So the way that Biden's doing right now, if everybody wins, you can admit that.
What the fuck? Like you guys just fucking take when it comes to just all out dumb shit.
Donald Trump, yes, horrible that happens to the country. Horrible.
Are you serious? Trump? I've just been completely motivated listening to Trump talk.
No.
I mean, he's firebombing shit. Trump DVD, it's the most awesome thing in the world. And then Trump CD, Trump MP3. Oh, I've done it. It is, you lose your mind. It's 11 hours. And then on top of that, having Trump rallies, fucking like Proud Boys and shit. I told you, I see Trump tattooed on his ass. I admit it. Trump rallies out here. The Republican Party, still people out here marching
with their Trump flags.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. That's American patriots looking for freedom of the American Super Act. I mean, come on. It's a sick political atmosphere we have right now.
Antifa's these youngs who go to college.
No, I bet. Or Biden. In Obama's presidency, just didn't do anything.
What?
Dude, every other week was some type of stupid. And what about January 6th?
What about it?
That was not a conspiracy theory, a cabal of the Democrats who drink babies' blood that were stealing the presidential election.
This is the conspiracy theory at its best.
Everything is a conspiracy one way or the other. Trump people, they know the reality. Oh, yeah, we never really thought he won.
I'll tell you my version of events.
But this is the reality now. I said the Q pledge on July 4th.
Dude, how do you know what the Q pledge is?
Dude, because I went down the rabbit hole.
What I was going to say is these
Biden's doing a horrible job.
No.
When Trump was president.
I'll tell you my version of events.
Worse with Biden.
My version of events is actually a little bit more realistic. Several people have already told me they're like, I did much better under Biden.
Your anecdotal evidence is incorrect. I don't give a fuck about regular people. I care about millionaires.
See?
Right.
That's a good thing.
Average American, more money with Trump. But now
prices are increasing. I think that's a good thing.
No.
Now people are making more money.
When Trump was in office, everyone's making more money. I hate to say this. Unemployment paid Americans more than they've ever been paid. People aren't supposed to be making money on unemployment, and then the United States pays for those people's benefits. In the end, you say whatever you want. In the end, you know that's true.
Dab their tears with dollar bills because they had money.
Oh,
great.
People need workers.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. I think, God damn, I can't even talk. Your boy, Benjamin James just might have to run for governor of Texas.
That'd be dope.
Nice commercials. I think you'd win.
If you don't follow us on Instagram, now might be a good time. So you can start watching my fucking campaign videos,
bro.
For my
Skip the noise in the upside down.
Wow. That's like Bizarro World right there, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Astral Plane is fucked.
It really is, man.
I don't know if it's just this elevated experience where we're all thinking it just convolutes everyone's opinions, apparently. Dude, that was dope.
And I like how too. I like how Ben wouldn't let Rich talk even in the upside down.
Well, that doesn't change.
No, I know.
That doesn't change.
What were you saying again? What?
Yeah, that doesn't change. That's still the same.
But you know what? I'll let you talk. All the time, Rick. All the time.
You never pay attention.
In the text message thread, I let you talk all the time. No, dude. That was nuts. That was nuts. I can't believe how much you love Biden in the Astral.
I know, in the other world, man. That's crazy. No, I would beat myself up over there. I want to go to the Astral Plane and kick my own ass.
Dude, that would be. Oh man, that's like a superhero cartoon.
Right?
You know, back when you were in daycare, like fantasy of like the Batman from the other. You know what I mean? Like the photo image negative of Batman.
Oh.
or Superman. No, Superman. Where he had
it would just be blacker.
Exactly. No, but remember Superman had the dark, like he had the same uniform, but like it was just a darker tint, and he was the evil Superman. Remember that shit? Dude?
Yeah. Or in Star Trek, where they went to the other world, and everyone had a goatee.
Oh,
that's how you can tell everyone was evil.
Oh yeah, then he's evil with a goatee.
I mean, if you have facial hair, you're fucking.
Yeah, he had facial hair. He had a goatee.
Oh yeah, man, that's fucking crazy, dude. Dude, that was awesome. That was so awesome. I'm so glad that we were presented with this effort from the.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the Pentagon call or something and ask us how Benji got to the Astral Plane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are in the multiverse of madness. Like, people talk about Doctor Strange. Fuck that. STN, bro, because we echo across the infinite void multiple times.
Yeah, they really do. They email me a lot.
The DOJ.
So the DOJ contacts Benjamin James quite a bit, to be honest with you.
Oh, hey guys, whatever you're doing is fucking up the continuity of the universe because for some reason your thoughts are so hateful and vile that they're like causing a real rift in time and space.
Yeah,
especially that guy Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes Biden, man. That's terrible.
Oh
no,
dude,
hell no.
You know you love Biden. You know you love him deep down. Oh my god.
You know, it's funny. It's funny is DC. Apparently DC likes Skip the Noise. We got I don't say likes.
Wait,
I'll say listens. No. Washington DC.
Oh, wow.
It's the nation's capital. It's Washington DC.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
So
Gil Scott Heron.
Treat.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Gil Scott Heron.
Nicely done.
If you haven't seen the documentary, or it's not a documentary, it's more of a fucking spoken word art piece called Black Wax. It's on YouTube because it's old school. Gil Scott Heron. You should check that out. Absolutely. But anyway.
But yes.
To wrap that up in a bun. Obviously we exist on both sides of the astral plane. I wouldn't even say both sides. I'll say multiple. It's a multiverse that we've created. Therefore, we do get a little flack from the government from time to time. Wondering what our status is. and what we're going to talk about next. You know what I want to talk about next though? Speaking of that.
What's that?
Speaking of governments and interference,
cocaine,
and oppressive regimes like
buzzwords.
China.
Bro.
So me,
I thought you were about to say ni hao for a second.
Totally.
Yeah, you racist person.
I thought you were about to go ni hao. I'm like, what? I was like, he's really going all in on this fucking angle.
You know, that's fucked up. You know, it's funny when like people do the most offensive like vocal dig or whatever. It was when people do the stereotype like blanket statement like Asian like oh, like you can almost feel like you can
do that again?
If you don't
No.
Like that's so fucked up. Like that's like the Cleveland Indians logo.
Oh shit. That thing,
you know what I mean?
Fucking
like
dude.
That's the worst.
Well, the Redskins, remember the Redskins
dude,
logo
that's so
that
bad.
was
that's
bad.
So bad. That's so offensive.
I don't
like,
care what anybody says, guys. If you
I didn't
can't
even really
see
care.
how offensive that is. It's horrible.
But what I was getting at was Apple, okay, in one of their work sites. We've talked about the Shanghai lockdowns and how ridiculous and how absolutely almost absurd and not comical, but from if you're in the skip the noise type of mindset, maybe a little comical because it is so absurd. I tend to laugh at things that are extreme and bizarre. So therefore we've had some laughs at the expense of the, God forbid, the poor fucking Chinese people that are absolutely being, all their rights have been stripped at this point. They're in lockdowns, worse lockdowns than you've ever heard of. So the latest is at but God forbid they don't shut down the production, right? You still got to come to work.
Oh yeah,
not only do you have to come to work, you don't get to leave. No. We need you to keep being productive. I don't give a fuck about COVID. I only care about COVID if I'm able to keep everybody else in their house, but we need iPhones. So you motherfuckers have to stay in here and keep making iPhones. I don't care how much COVID you get. If you die, we'll just shovel you off and we'll hire somebody else. I don't really care, but you motherfuckers really need to make these iPhones or we're not going to survive. So get to it. You want to go back home to see your wife? Nope. Sorry. You got to stay here. So that's what happened. And they didn't like it. So they started running, just breaking over the barriers and trying to escape and just running for their lives. Can't blame them. And this like oppressive class now of like city workers in radioactive jumpsuits that are like basically these government workers have been transformed into the fucking Gestapo at this point. And they're vague, right? Like there's just this vague sea of uniformed, COVID testing
anonymous
site.
people. I mean,
yeah, man. And they're beating people's fucking ass if they get out of line. Like they're not there to
Yeah.
give you a COVID test. They're there to kick your fucking ass. If you come any closer,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna fucking hit you with this Jussie Smollett gayonet. If you get one fucking step closer, I might tase your ass. I might throw you off the balcony of your fucking apartment. How do you like that? Meanwhile,
Jesus.
in America, same company, Apple boys are like, oh, you're making us go back into the office.
I love that little
That is a
cry.
travesty, though.
Dude, it is, dude. Dude, shut up. Like you're at least you have the option to get food. Dude, like
Yeah.
China is so fucked up right
They're
now.
fucked,
dude.
bro.
Well, you know
Oh my
that
God.
I don't know what it is. I think Chinese people are probably desperate for some good news, but they had this thing called the this is
Chinese
they
people
are desperate.
for good
Dude,
news.
100%.
They are, man.
That was gangster, bro.
That's probably an
That's the name of the
understatement.
episode, dude.
Yeah, Chinese people are so desperate for good news. Skip the noise 100.
Bro, give me something. Give me
Give me something. Give me
Tell me
something
it's not gonna
for
rain
fucking
today.
hope,
Just tell me
man.
it's not gonna fucking rain. Just something.
dude. Tell me my delivery of one fucking
Well,
bag of ramen noodles
there's
came
some
in
Chinese
the mail.
folklore.
Ooh.
There's some Chinese folklore right now going on. They have what you would consider prophets, really, people who prophesize about the future. But they're called the credit knife man of China. And so what they do is these guys, for some reason or another, go around selling knives, and they'll give you a prediction for the future. Now, the idea is if the prediction comes true, they're going to come back and collect their money. But you know, if it doesn't, then they let you have the knife on credit until that happens. Okay. So anyway, the latest trend right now from the latest knife man who came up with some sort of prediction says that the what is it? The red boat will sink and the good guys will win and the wicked will be punished. Okay. I'm kind of paraphrasing his prophecy.
Right.
But he also predicted that it will snow in August. This August 2022. He's kind of like a TikTok guy, you know? I don't know, Beijing, I think. I think that's what he said. But first off, let me talk about the concept of this guy who would let you have the knives on credit based on whether his prediction will come true. I think Mattress Mack does that here in Houston all the fucking time.
Kind of does.
He'll let you have the furniture on credit, and if his team wins and you bet on his team, then he'll let you have the furniture.
Dude, he's Magic Mack is a fucking genius.
He is, bro. He is. He's a saint.
He's
he
a
is
fucking
our
genius.
knife man.
Like,
He is our
no,
knife
really.
man.
He is our knife man.
Like in Houston, he's not even a person. Is he? You know what I mean? He's more
No,
of
for
a.
real.
He's more of a. What did I say, dude? Like beacon of inspiration, like that. He's not even a fucking human. He's just kind of like. Yeah, he really is, man. He's our mascot.
No, dude, he's our knife man.
You know what I'm saying?
He's the
He
one
is
who
our
He
knife
is our
man.
no. He
Makes
is
it
kind of our
happen.
knife man. Yeah.
But he's like our furniture man.
No.
So,
he
you know.
is. But he's the most.
He's our
Yeah,
furniture
but-
knife man.
This is getting kind of deep because he is. No, but he really is like a cultural like that's who we send. Right? Him and Willie D.
You know what
Like,
Mattress Mack is like?
like if we're representing the unit, like if we have to have the meeting with the aliens and each city state has to
We're saying
send like
Mattress Mack.
their two people, Mattress Mack and Willie D from the Ghetto Boys.
No, here's one thing about Mattress Mack though is no matter how much Houston changes or claims to change and populations change and everything, one constant is the same: Mattress Mack.
You don't know, really. It is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one
He's
constant.
been around
Houston,
forever.
Yeah, no matter what happens in Houston,
Yep.
that's the one constant.
He's a
You
magnet.
can always go back to.
It's
Yeah.
like, I'll sell
So anyway,
my
the-
fucking business if the Patriots don't cover the spread in the, fucking, in the big game because they can't say Super Bowl on the advertisements.
Well, you know what the rumor is about him, right? Yeah, he's originally
No.
he's originally from Miami.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
like
rumor?
that,
I could see.
well, no,
Yeah,
that
I'm sure they can
well,
confirm that.
well,
Like one way or
it's
another.
confirmable. Yes, this is confirmable. But the fact that he came from Miami during the cocaine years, and that a lot of his original front money to open up the
Some
furniture
cocaine
store
money?
was
I can see it.
to launder
Oh, okay.
cash for the drug dealers. Yeah, that was like a big thing back in like the when he first
I
came
believe
in, like around the early 90s and late 80s, when they kind of talked about him. They're like, oh yeah, he was a front business for like Miami coke cash.
I can see it.
I could see
I
it
can
too.
see it.
And no,
But he
you
went
know what,
legit.
though?
But he went legit. So I'll fucking
did.
give it to him. Dude.
But that actually makes it even more of a Houston story then.
it does, because
You know what I mean?
everything
Like
in
that
Houston
actually-
starts
it-
like that.
Right.
It's kind of
cocaine money?
kind of raw, kind of grungy. I love that shit, dude.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
much.
everything in Houston starts off with money laundering.
Yeah,
I mean, look at-
basically
Yeah,
that and
everything.
trap. That and trap.
That's what it was,
rappers.
bro. That's what it was set up for. Like the carpetbaggers and shit, and not necessarily money laundering right out of the gate, but
Look
it
at
was
Chinatown.
it was a money center. No, really, for like
Yeah.
that's why it's all international and shit, because they realized that because of the kind of laissez-faire, or at least to a degree, sort of rah sentiment. And that's what attracted all the population from the beginning. Plus it's a port, obviously, and a lot
Yeah.
of things led to that. But yeah, no, but that's the international angle and sort of the business first perspective is what made it explode. Why it went from like kind of an insignificant, not insignificant, but like Galveston actually was supposed to be the shit. Like Galveston
Yeah.
I
Galveston,
know that
yeah.
right with the 1900 hurricane and shit, but there's debate around that, but at the same point, by that same token, yeah, Galveston was set to be that the Houston, right, in this alternate trajectory, but it ended up being Houston, partly in due to the tragic, wiped out the entire city in 1900. But that being said, yeah, like a lot of that shit, that's why it grew so fast, because of a lot of money laundering, I'm sure, a lot of businesses, a lot of opportunists, a lot of people came from other places.
So
Uh,
check this out. So there's this Asian cafe in Bel Air. Okay, y'all been to those cafes in Bel Air?
Oh no, never. I don't know. What you're
Never.
talking about.
Oh, never.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
guys.
fucking-
Oh, wow. Me neither. I've heard about these places. I've never
Yeah.
been there either.
Of course.
The ones that open
What are you
like
talking about?
past 2 a.m. with like
Oh,
Yeah.
skanky girls and stuff. And
oh boy.
anyway,
Oh,
so
boy.
anyway, there was a cafe like
Nope,
that
not a
in
once.
Bel Air.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lotion everywhere.
So anyway, there was this cafe, okay, and it's kind of like everybody knew that they laundered money from different parts of their underground businesses, drug sales and prostitution and stuff like that. Well, it was kind of everybody knew it. Nobody did anything about it. The only way that the police came down on them was when one of the security guards, who was an off-duty police officer, but he would be a security guard for this place, decided to buy a Ferrari with the cops' credit union. He tried to get a loan from the police credit union for a Ferrari.
Yes.
And then they had to come down. They were like, no, man, we can't let this happen. We
Nice.
can't.
Nice.
And so, yes, they got raided by HPD. And just as quickly as the headline left the news cycle, they went back into business. Okay.
Fuck.
No, really.
Yeah.
Like
Nobody was
well,
arrested. Nobody lost their business. No one lost their money. They paid off everybody. But,
Yeah,
I mean, there were a bunch of
know-
those places.
I know
but-
for a fact, like full on, all throughout the city, like just straight up prostitution rings just coexisted with like nail salons.
yeah.
Like it's a whole fucking ecosystem, dude. And like gambling, casinos, inside of office buildings.
Instead of malls.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, like
yo.
after
That was
hours,
for a
yeah.
long time, bro. That happened a
Yes.
lot. Oh my god, did you ever play at any of those? Like, dude, I
No,
dated this
man.
girl a long time ago, right? And like, she's like, "Oh, my family does this. We go this thing." I said, "Oh, cool." I went. It was gambling. It was one of those
Straight up
game
gambling.
houses. It was straight up gambling. Like I won like $400 I was
Where
like,
was this located?
this
Shit,
is
yeah.
fucking gambling, huh?
I mean, without stating the actual location, what kind of center was it located? Was it a mall or was it a
It was
behind
a
some closed
strip center,
doors?
straight
Strip
up
center.
strip center, blacked out windows. You
Yep,
went in
yep,
and they had
yep.
all the little like the little pool machines, like the little
Yeah,
the
dude.
slot machines, shit, all of them. And they're like, oh, you don't win cash, you win like you don't win cash necessarily, you win a gift certificate.
Yeah.
A Visa gift certificate. So it was like, okay, so I still win cash. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this place, oh my God, I remember doing that like at least
Oh,
5 or
man.
10 times. It was so
And they
much
walk
fun.
out with these stacks of cash and they got to wash it somewhere. So they got these nail salons.
So you got to get jerked off and get your feet done.
And you get your feet. Yeah.
Make sure you get the petty and the cummy. But like, yeah, dude. I remember the first time I saw one of those places and realized what it was. Like you're like, oh, what? It's like 2 a.m. and this massage parlor sign is just flashing, and you see people going in and out. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck needs a massage at 2 a.m? Like there's some really stressed out people. And then finally, when your naivety connects with reality, you're like, oh, that's what they're doing. Okay.
The naivety. Or
Oh my
there's
God.
you'll see these little restaurants that you never see one fucking car through the entire day, but all of a sudden,
yeah.
like 1:30 in the morning, there's like the parking lot's packed.
Well, remember House of Pies was that way.
Yeah.
Remember House of
Well,
Pies
that-
was like,
But that
pretty
was
normal.
more
Well,
that was more legit restaurant because it was just drunk people.
well in the 80s though, it wasn't.
Right.
In the 80s, it was just a dude, like it was, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it was like a gay hookup spot.
Right.
It wasn't until like the mid
There's nothing wrong with
90s.
it.
Yeah, it wasn't until the mid 90s that like it actually got like people started going there and studying
Right.
and stuff
For
because they had to, yeah, exactly. It was the
What do they
House
call
of
it?
Guys.
House of Guys. Yeah.
That's what they used to call it, House of Pies, House of Guys. And so like, anyways, but yeah, you saw that. Like there is some crazy shit in Houston though, if you really think about it.
I'll tell you something. So I think like 2 years ago or a year ago, down on Almeida Road here, next to Blodgett, in 3rd Ward,
Yeah.
there was a massive explosion around 4 a.m. Boom! It shook my house. Okay, I live maybe like half a mile to a mile away from that place.
Okay.
It shook my house and it woke us up. We thought it was thunder, but there was no rain afterward. So come to think of it, in the morning, we figure out that there was an explosion at one of these bars, and they think it's they investigate a little bit more, and they know that someone had released the gas valve. It ignited the place, and they collected a lot of insurance money. Well, that was about 2 years ago. Pass by today, the place is hopping. They got some brand new equipment. I mean, lights are everywhere. They expanded the place. They bought the lot next door, and no one got arrested. Like,
Exactly, dude. That's the
No,
secret
but-
of crawfish boils. Why do you think there's so many, man? It's like the potential for fraud, right? It's money
Yeah, bro,
laundering.
like,
They just
oh, it's
explode.
crawfish,
Like,
bro.
oh,
my
we're
house
just doing
burnt
crawfish,
down.
but everything exploded. What do you know?
Oh, okay. I have to get a new
We
house.
we figured it out.
We did the
the
crawfish
nefarious-
boil on my car.
The nefarious origins of
Oh my
fucking
God,
crawfish
dude.
boils.
What did we not?
Somebody track that stat.
Oh, bro.
Insurance claims. Crawfish
Crawfish. Oh my God, you're so right. Was there anything not just perverted that was beautiful when we were growing up in Houston? Like,
No.
shit. Massage parlors, you're just like, I honestly thought as a young man, I was like, oh, did you just got like a massage, right?
Yeah, no,
It's
for
just
sure.
relaxed.
Not only that, but like all the clubs we went to pre
bro.
18 years old, I'm sure are not in legal status with
Oh, they were
how
not.
they operation.
Oh, they were not. They were not, dude. They were like
There's
probably
no
the
way.
beginning of like sex trafficking. We just didn't know. Like,
I know.
oh my
We
God.
basically, we barely dodged that bullet.
Oh, bro.
So much so
Lot
we're
of
done.
those.
Like by the time I was telling somebody the story recently, I was like, like the club and shit, like we did all that pre 18 to where the point I was actually legal to do. I was just over it.
Yeah, it sucked.
wow.
It sucked. It's like, oh, great. You know what? We ended up just at bars, right? We went to bars. We just said, because we tried, like, I remember one time, I think we went like a little bit later when we could, and we were just like, this is fucking lame. Like, this is whack juice. I just saw dudes in flashy shirts, like with like a lot of gel in their hair. I was like, this is just not me. This is just not my crowd. So then we just got trashed. We got trashed in living rooms and bars.
Exactly. You can't even sell 15-year-old girls cigarettes for $2 each.
Oh
You know what I mean? Yeah, you come in there with like cigarettes.
Is there a market for that?
No, there is 100%. And I discovered that by accident. Whenever probably a 15-year-old. I mean, at the time I was like 17, so let's not paint this picture of some weird activity.
Last week.
I was like 16 or 17 with my whatever at the time.
No. I got Marlboros, I got Camels,
I got
Marlboros. Yeah. So the first time it was by happenstance. This girl just asked like, "Hey, can I have a cigarette?" And that shit was valuable. So I was like, "No, sorry, like I need all these." And then she was like, "Well, I'll give you $1 for one." And I said, "Shit, sold. $1? Shit."
Oh yeah, dude. This is.
I mean, $2. This is $2 will get you a drink back then. You know,
well, this is 90s money. This is 90s.
That's what I'm saying.
$1
a cigarette.
I was like,
if I sell
jumbo jack
20,
right there, man.
it is
and
so the light bulb went off. I was like, shit, if I sell 3 or 4 of these for $1 a piece, I just paid for the pack.
Oh my God, dude.
That's true.
You know, back then, because that's like a $2.50, $3. This is how old me and Ben are.
Dude. Right? No, I remember buying a pack of
cigarettes
for $2.15.
Wow.
$1.99 a pack.
Shit,
Holy
cheap
shit,
ones.
dude, that's $6.
Cheap $1.98 were like basics, like the cheap ones.
Oh, I didn't smoke that dog shit. I mean, I don't get wrong. I smoked Marlboro. I didn't smoke none of that dog shit brand.
Did you smoke the Reds?
I did.
I didn't smoke Cowboy Killers. I didn't smoke those Virginia Slim, whatever those things are. That is just the quintessential white trash cigarette.
No, it is
Virginia Slim.
I'll raise my hand. I'll raise my hand and take that L. It was rough times. You know what I mean?
I used to date a girl in high school that would smoke Marlboro Reds.
Oh,
you wouldn't have any other way.
You know, if she smokes, she pokes.
Yeah, that's what we established.
I mean,
what
of course,
man, that was on an episode.
Yeah, that was on Family Guy. Fuck yeah.
No.
Did we say this too? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we christened that.
Marlboro Reds. Oh, dude, Cowboy Killers.
Yeah,
fucking do those.
That's like
she should just make her own cigarettes and at this point.
Yeah, that's like a guy. No, Marlboro Reds are like a Marine or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right. Exactly. That's how you saw smoking Marlboro
fucking
Reds.
like, dude, I might die next week. Fuck it. Like Marlboro Reds.
Fuck it.
I'm
fucking 100% straight up. Buzz cut, Marlboro Red. Good. Let's go.
You know what? You know, one of the quintessential Marlboro Red experiences I saw growing up with us was, remember when we used to play at Pumpkin Park? Remember that fat white dude was smoking Marlboro Reds? Like after we got done, we're just looking like, fuck, dude. He's like, oh, yo, good game. And we're just like, fuck, dude, like you're gonna die right now. Oh,
but then we smoked after we'd go run.
Yeah. We were in the park. 16. That dude was like
right,
in his mid-30s, bro. And he was overweight. He was not doing well health-wise. And
he's so alive?
Probably not. He was trying to crash the boards and shit. I remember he was just like all boxing out and shit. You're like, bro, it's fucking Pumpkin Park. Calm down. Oh
yeah, he used to get live when they had the full court, and then they switched it. They at some point, man. Give me a minute.
Half?
Oh, let's invest in the interest of like how society crumbled by way of basketball court diminishing. So let me give you a perfect example. So it used to be that park he's talking about. It's kind of a weird park because it's in River Oaks, like it's in a very fancy, but it's up along Westheimer. So the people that play there, it's not like the people from the neighborhood. It's a lot of people that work in the area. And so it was like adults. Me and Ben would go there. We'd be like 15, 16 years old. And there's all these like 30-year-old dudes playing like after work.
Yep.
But that's where but there was games like every day. I'm talking
like
this is a whole this is a whole different world. This is Monday through fucking Sunday. You can get in a game.
Yep.
And that's all the fuck we did was like go to parks and play basketball. It's a whole nother, like in the 90s, everybody had shorts and like a basketball in your trunk.
Yep.
Like a game could at any time. So anyway, we played a lot of games over there. And but like I don't even know the point I was trying to make, but like, oh yeah. So they had a full court. It was full court for a while. It was just one cement slab, goals on either ends, like one full court. So it was full court games. So that was what was unique about that place. Because full court games, if you play basketball, like you're fucking dude, it's exhausting. And but it's it's a different game than half court. And so there was a lot of shit like, you know what I mean? Like some activities or whatever. So at some point the park, like Houston Park and Recreation, they changed it to make it like they put a goal, like double, like back-to-back half court situations in that same slab, which changed it overnight. It was a whole different thing. So that sucks. Right. So flash forward to like in my little community out here in Cyprus, man, at one point there was actually like as much shit as I talk is like, fuck, man, the kids are fucking jerking off on fucking doing TikTok bullshit to watermelon sugar high fucking dance videos instead of like getting out and, you know what I mean, playing some basketball and getting pissed at a guy and fucking fighting over the last Gatorade and shit. Like, you know, they're making little videos without their shirts on and their khaki shorts. So like I'm excited that like for a long time in my little neighborhood they had a little park that would get some activity and there was kids playing, you know, middle school and high school kids playing like all the time, dude. And then so I go, it's part of this like community pool attachment. And then I go by there one day, I drive by, they took the goddamn goals off.
Why?
Like, well, what's the problem? No, exactly. Like, what's the problem? Because the kids aren't. I don't know. That's where I get on the fucking like because they're black kids playing there. Like, does that make you uncomfortable?
Is that what
I'm dead?
You think so?
No, I don't know, man. I'm reading into the situation, but I'm feeling like that was what happened, and it's fucking stupid, dude.
Maybe. I mean,
but I think,
Cyprus.
No shit. No, really, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because the demographics change. You know, Harris County suburbs quite a bit, right?
Oh yeah.
And you still have this sort of like historical population that exists there. I guarantee you it's shit like that. So
maybe they would take off the nets off the soccer poles too. The soccer field.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, you have to drive out a little further. You have to
have y'all seen what's okay? And I see these actually every time I go to Houston and when I leave too. A little bit outside on 290 heading out towards towards I guess Prairie View and stuff. Have you seen the massive cricket complex they built out there?
No.
Like a massive cricket complex, like
really
like 15 cricket fields.
Whoa, no.
Like seriously, no, I mean it's
indulgence.
Fucking huge. Yeah, so
do you know anything about
right on
that?
290? I have no idea, but I saw it started getting built the last couple of years. And actually cricket? The last time I came back, you know, that stupid game with the flat board.
Oh, the British sport? Like
yes.
They got the little hammer and the ball and the
No, that's croquet, Pendejo. The cricket's the one where they have a flat bat and then they hit it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen rugby ones too.
Fucking croquet. And it would put like big croquet fields. You can play that shit in your backyard, but you need like 5 miles of fields. No, but like it's like all these cricket fields, and I think it's badass because apparently, like, you know, because there's a huge South Asian population.
In Peru?
Well, no, just off in Cyprus and all that.
Okay.
So I think that's why they built it because, you know, like if anyone doesn't know, like cricket worldwide is fucking massive.
Well,
like
India,
it's huge. No,
India's the biggest shit.
Everything. Yeah, they fucking love that shit. Yeah. They go crazy for it. So it was pretty neat that like I saw that. So I was like, oh shit, man, Houston just gets, you know, I hate to say this, just the area just gets doper every fucking year, man. I fucking love that shit. So anyways,
we'll trade places, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know,
And then
right?
after they burn your house and they come visit you in the white sheets, you're not going to be around
It's
you're
not
not
gonna
going to enjoy
happen.
it too much.
I know how to talk MAGA.
But with that being said, I think we're gonna finish 100 off with a bang. I think this was a good one, guys.
Yeah,
Are
hey,
you back with us?
Yeah.
thanks again. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties, but we got Jeremy back on the horn.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can definitely
Sorry
hear
about
you.
that, fellas. Sorry, the
it's
Astral
all
good.
Good.
Not-
drug me
Sorry
all
about
the way in.
No, dude, not at all. And it's
At
not like
all.
it's not like you're not going to be on again. Matter of fact, probably with a all set up with some serious audio shit for the next one.
Nice.
To blend into the production. But
Dude, it's
anyway,
so
man,
ridiculous how much stuff can go down over here. If you knew how much shit I actually have over here and like what all can happen audio wise, but then I just can't even make it work with skip the noise protocol for some reason.
bro, I love no, it's but hey, we're so excited for the things to come. Like we are talking about in the break, it's like this whole new thing where picking pieces, creating fucking remixes. And so that being said, I would welcomely invite the listeners of Skip the Noise, dude, create your own Skip the Noise episode. You've now witnessed Jeremy's contribution to the show, which was fucking outstanding. It was stellar. I've done a couple of remix episodes, which I think are a new, they've gotten good response. I think it's a fun kind of thing to mix it up. So as we kind of get deeper into this project, man, we're committed now. This is episode 100. We're going on 2 fucking years. I think next month officially will be 2 years in this venture, Rounded Edge Media. Shout out Iodine Oligarchy, big up Blueberry Brotherhood, shout out. Just keep established in this hierarchy of city states that we represent each other and conglomerate and collaborate and make these artistic political movements happen as they should play out in the metaverse for Mark Zuckerberg's breakfast. Anyway, that being said, guys,
Middle word.
Bro, just hit that. I
Big up,
forced it,
guys.
but
Big up. 100 is in the
Thank
can.
you.
Thanks
Yes,
for
it
having me,
is.
fellas.
No, man, it was
Yes,
a pleasure.
sir.
Thank you for being on, Jeremy, and thank you
Hell
for the
yeah.
broadcast from the other side.
Love you guys.
All right,
yeah, shit, yeah, we love you too, man. And hey, guys, with that, check it out next week, 101. We are officially on the other side. So thank you for everybody who's listened thus far, who's stuck with us, who has listened to all 100. If you have, man, send me an email, skipthenoisepodcast@gmail.com. Also the Instagram, skip_the_noise_podcast, at Skip the Noise PO1 for the Twitter. And you know what? Just search us wherever. Tell your friend, tell everybody, tell your fucking mailman. Do whatever you can. Make it happen. But anyway, we will see you next week. It's been a pleasure. 100 episodes in the can. Shout out to us. Late.